What happened was, my old friend Willie Rushton said, oh, they've asked you and me to do a show with Tookie, Barry Took, about double acts. And he went into reverse gear. It was very cunning. He could have sabotaged the whole programme. He said, I don't think so, do you? And I said, it's Tookie, he's an old friend. We'll have a laugh. Oh, well, if you'll do it, I will. And that was it. And then I realised later on he was playing a very cunning game, you know, going into reverse. And one day I found a note by the phone. My wife had written down, "This is your life," and a phone number. I said, what's that? And she said, oh, they rang up about something. It's gone away. Don't worry about it. So no idea at all. So they sent a car, and I got in the car. What I didn't know was the family were lurking, and another car was going to discreetly follow us. And we're getting well on the way to the studio, and the driver's on his thing saying, we'll be there in about 10 minutes. I thought, this is all a bit dramatic, just for the show we're doing, but I'd no idea. And then it started, me and Willie just chatting away, and then there's Michael Aspel with the Red Book. And my immediate reaction was, oh, they're doing Willie. I thought, no, I was on Willie's. Oh, it's Barry Took. And then Michael deliberately did a pause. This is your life, Barry. And then swung round and said my name. So it was neatly done, neatly done. The deception was perfect. I had no idea that there was a whole This Is Your Life set behind that plain backing. They did it beautifully. I got no idea whatsoever. I thought there was a rather good turnout of audience for our programme about double acts. I thought I was quite pleased with that. But no, it came as a complete shock. They disguised it, and Michael Aspel made a reference to pantomime transformation scene, and this thing shot up, and it was all there. It was beautifully done. Well, initially was who was going to come on. I mean, that would be most people's reaction, I suppose. And, of course, darling wife and children, I thought that goes without saying, and there they were, obviously. But as regards guests, you've no idea. You just conjecture in your head, you know, who's going to be there. And it's your brain goes into overdrive at that moment. You think, this is just weird and wonderful. Yes, I'd been on Pam Ayres and Bob Todd, the man who was in all the Benny Hill shows, who was a friend and I'd worked with a lot. I'd been on This Is Your Life, so I knew the atmosphere and the ambience and everything, but, oh no, being the victim is another game entirely. You don't feel uncomfortable, you feel vulnerable, not in an unpleasant way, but you think, right, lay it on me. I've no idea what's going to happen, who's going to come on. It's not unpleasant, but it's high-octane sort of feeling. You've lost control, you're out, well, I was going to say you're out of your comfort zone. It's another comfort zone, but you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the script is. You've got no idea. It's a situation that you haven't been in before. It's unrecognisable to you. I'm really naked here. You know, what's going to happen? I'm under their thrall here today. Oh, it's a one-off experience. I was leaving that day to do what I thought was the show with Willie Rushton and Barry Took. My wife rather pointedly said, "You're not wearing those trousers, are you?" And I said, "What?" She said, "Well, I don't." I said, "Come on, it's a cosy little chat show. Who cares about the trousers?" And that was that. And then, of course, when the programme started, the running gag became my trousers. People like Bertie Cribbins and Tim Brooke-Taylor making reference to the trousers. And it came flooding back what she was on about. I still think she was wrong. I thought they were quite decent trousers. In fact, I stood up and flaunted them, I think. Brenda coming on, who I was at university with, that was a lovely surprise because I hadn't seen her for quite a while. The only woman on the programme, that's my only complaint. "Are you going to sing for us, Brenda?" I said, because she had a marvellous voice and we did student shows together. And, oh, that was the real surprise. And, of course, two guys I was at school with coming on, you know, that was quite a shock and very pleasant to see. I hadn't seen John Pertwee for a while. We'd kept in touch. We worked in the theatre together. So John coming on was great. And Danny LaRue, who was a mentor of mine, Danny changed my life because years ago I wrote a couple of sketches for the actress Anna Quayle, in a review, as we used to call it, sketches and songs and everything. And Danny came in one night and said, "Who wrote that?" So I met Danny, and he invited me and my friend Ted Dix, who'd composer and everything, to write his nightclub show. And that was it. You know, you can't plan these moments just because he turned up one day and saw something in a theatre show and changed my life. I worked nightclub shows for 13 years with Danny. The great Humphrey Lyttelton came on, which was good because we've been doing the radio show even then for years. And then Colin Sell, my mate, the pianist from the show, came on. That was great. And then I looked across. I hadn't really noticed it. I know it sounds strange. There was a piano there. I thought, what is going on? And on top of the piano was a trumpet. So I went click, click. Oh, they're setting something up here. And sure enough, it was, they asked me to sing, accompanied by Humph, which was great, and Cole at the piano. And I did Show Me the Way to Go Home, which is quite a fitting sign-off for a show. Once you relaxed into it, it was like being at a party. And all the people you'd have liked to come to the party had come. I lost all the sense of it being in a show. I even lost sense of there being cameras around. It was really, really good in that way. You were just lost in it. It was great. The members of the party afterwards are deliciously vague. And we all told stories that weren't in the programme. No, it was just a happy haze after that. But there was a lot of joyful scandal mongering, and they didn't mention that you and I, blah, blah, blah. You know, it was great, the look back on the programme. Stuff that would have been edited out, I think. Doing This Is Your Life, I mean, oh dear, I'm arrogant in my humility. I was thrilled to bits to be on This Is Your Life. Oh no, it's a warm glow looking at it. That's like, you know, you can watch shows you wrote for, or even have a vanity project and watch yourself capering about telling jokes, but there's nothing like watching This Is Your Life, because that's it. Family and friends. It's like doing Desert Island Discs on the radio. I could notch up both those. And appearing with Sooty. Those are the three highlights of my professional life.